Thank you very much, Acolyte.
Welcome.
Wayne, I was wondering if you would prompt me on my soul to soul list. I want to share some things with you and the public.
Yes, certainly. The first one is Vicky. I'll cut you a deal.
Oh, my friend Victoria, who does so much TV for me, so much editing and uploading and duplicating, all those things. So many things she does, Wayne, in my public. She's way behind. Way behind in her work. And she wrote me an email and she said, how soon do you need this? And I said, I would like to have it as soon as possible. But I will put consideration of you first, I wrote back to Vicky. And I said, how long, Vicky, do you think you will be getting caught up? And then I said, I can answer my own question. It will be 10 years. And she wrote back to me and she said, I'll cut you a deal. I'll get it up to date in 7.5 years. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes.
It's good for you, Vicky. Next.
Note to Meals on Wheels.
Note to Meals on Wheels. Dear Meals on Wheels, thank you so much for bringing Glendora food as you have for so long. I was wondering, could I take a hiatus in the month of May? Because listen, I have a huge freezer full. 20 vegan entrees are in that freezer. I have 2 coolers, huge coolers, filled with dry foods, boxed foods. The refrigerator is filled. Could I please have the month of May to eat up that food? So I'm waiting for an answer. Okay, Wayne, the next one?
The next one is Sentinel Watch.
What, dear?
Sentinel Watch.
Oh, Sentinel Watch. Wayne, you're just the person we need. Do you have the telephone number handy for Sentinel Watch?
Yes, I have. The number is 1, and the area code is 602.
One moment, please, honey. Let him write that down. 602.
And then it's 222.
222.
And 6220.
6220. Now, Wayne, before we say goodbye, which will be in a few minutes, would you just say that number over again? Maybe the people are getting a pencil and paper.
Certainly.
Most likely they're putting it into their cell phone.
Oh, yes. It's 1, and the area code is 602. And then the number is 222 6220.
Why, thank you so much. I think this is important. It's a lift, folks. It's a lift. It puts you into the frame of mind that you are doing an act of love. It puts you in the frame of mind that God is running the universe and that God has planned this day and that this day is going to go the way God wants it to. And it puts you in the mood what we were just saying, that you stand up to evil. You stand up to you and you say, evil, you have no power over me. You cannot make me do this. I don't have to listen to you, evil. And you just walk away from it. And how do you overcome evil, Wayne? Do you know how you overcome evil?
Well, you try to deny it. You try to not dwell on it or concentrate on it and just look for good.
You overcome evil by doing good. Just go out and do something nice for somebody. What's the next soul to soul?
The next item is Franklin's newspaper.
We are reading the articles that Franklin wrote as a newspaper reporter, both for the Springfield, Massachusetts Republican for 10 years, and he wrote articles for the Buffalo Evening News for 27 years. He was their City Hall reporter. I believe he still had a desk in the city room, but his main desk, was in the City Hall. And he covered the mayor's office and the common council, which is, they consider the top news. That's the city news, what the city is doing for its citizens. And we read 4 or 5 articles a day, and we've done the books from 1980 and the second 1980 book, and then we've done 1979, the year 1979. That's Carol and Gondor. And then today, Sandy started reading Franklin's whole great big 3-ring binder of poems that he wrote. And the first 3 that we've read are quite beautiful. Thanks. What's next, honey?
Next item is Compton's.
Oh, Wayne, tell them what we've done on Compton's.
Well, we finished reading the L volume. We completed it.
L as in lungs, as in Luton, as in Luther King.
Yes, Longfellow.
Longfellow, yes.
So that was an accomplishment to finish reading that together.
Yeah, that was only 356 pages. How long did it take us to do that book?
Oh, it must have taken the better part of a month.
You think? I think we did it in a month. That's pretty good, to do a whole encyclopedia in a month.
We generally do about 10 pages a day, I believe.
Yes, that's what we do, 10 pages a day. Now, do we read every article? No. I'm not interested in the government articles or the politics articles or the war articles or the things like that, but I am, or the art articles or the, what ones do we read? The science ones, right, Wayne?
Yes, and nature.
Nature.
And some of the authors.
Yes, and a lot of biographies. We like biographies.
Yes, but we don't, for some articles, we don't read every word, but we'll read a few paragraphs of it.
That's right. That's right. And that last article you read to me, Wayne, next to the last one, about the lung. The lung is such a complicated creation, Wayne. The alveoli, the cilia, how it puts out the carbon dioxide, how it takes in the oxygen. It is so complicated.
79.1 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hold it.
The time is 4 o'clock p.m. The temperature is 79.1 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's inside, Wayne, that temperature.
Oh, yes.
That's inside. And then there was one right after that that I thought was good. Do you remember what it was?
Not offhand.
Lungs and...
I really don't remember what the last article was. I thought the last one was lungs.
No, it was one more, and we thought it was pretty good. So, thank you. And what's the next topic?
Christopher.
Oh, the nicest man called up and answered our ad. We have an ad in the newspaper. Wanted to read to a 93-year-old woman who wants to continue her television show, her national television show, and that it consists of a cell phone and computer and errands and telephoning and lighthouse work and light cooking, and that is located in the Nassau Village, and it pays between $13.60 per hour, which is the minimum wage in our area. You know, the minimum wage differs in every area in the country practically. And that it pays up to $15.50 an hour depending on how good you are. And I left the telephone number and the email. And the nicest man answered that. And his name, I said, "What's your first name?" He said, "Christopher." And he agreed to everything. The hours are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And he was so amiable and likable.
The time is 4:00 p.m.
And I said, "Now listen, I can't, there's nobody here. I'm all alone, and I cannot take down your number. So when you hang up, will you call back and leave us your name and your number?" Christopher Spencer, he said. Guess what, Wayne?
Well, as you told me, he did call back.
Yeah. Wayne, address that. What happened to courtesy?
I don't know. Sounded so promising as far as the phone call was concerned, and then to not get a call back was a disappointment.
And Wayne, this whole thing about courtesy that you don't understand is how people will make an appointment to come to see you, to be interviewed, and never show and never call.
That has happened to you more than once.
Oh, yeah. And you don't understand it, do you, Wayne?
No.
And I don't either.
No, I would think if you weren't interested that you would say so up front and let the person think you were coming. That would be my way of thinking.
So I'm just going to say again, put into practice. I'm not going to think about it. You have no control over us. You have no effect on us. We can walk away from you. Goodbye. And we'll just think about good things. Now, what else is on the...
Okay, your last item on your list is ears.
What, dear?
Ears, E-A-R-S, the hearing organs.
Oh, yes. I do not think that I want to go out. I don't want to leave the happy house 3. I have 3 reasons, Wayne. One is that a friend of mine was taken from her nursing home to a doctor, and they rammed her leg into the door and injured it severely, and that set her back 3 months. They were pushing her in a wheelchair. The second reason is that I don't like the temperature change. I think that's dangerous, the temperature change. And the third reason is that I don't want the germs. So I just stay home. And I'm very happy in the little happy house 3. Now,
I could address 2 of the 3 that you mentioned.
okay.
Well, as far as going in a wheelchair and being banged into the door, if the person is attentive and is given specific instructions to be careful, that doesn't happen to everyone every time someone goes out in a wheelchair. That would be the exception rather than the rule. So I wouldn't worry too much about that one. As far as worrying about the germs, you could put on a mask, which would that would help with that aspect. And the other one was the temperature change. That the only control we could have over that would be to dress warmly if you were concerned about taking cold. That would be the most difficult, is the temperature change, because that's something we can't control.
Okay.
The other 2, I wouldn't be terribly concerned.
So I called up all around my doctor, my practitioner that I'm forced to have, and asked if he would do a house call. No! And I called the Albany Med Audio, asked them if they would do a house call. No, we don't do that. So I called about 4 or 5 places. No more house calls. But I know there are some doctors who still do house calls. So I've given up on that. And I've got a little ear kit. It's a cute little thing that will break up the wax in your ears, and then it comes with a rubber ball syringe to wash them out with, to syringe them out with. And that's what the story is on the ears. Well, Wayne, thank you very much for doing that.
Well, you're welcome. That completes your list.
Yeah, for being a prompter.
Oh, you're welcome.
you want to tell one joke? Carol did the jokes very well. Can you tell a joke to the folks?
Yes. Here's a joke. Why did the elephant wear roller skates to bed? So he could get rolling in the morning.
Do you have one of our jokes, Wayne?
One of your jokes? Well, the sign in the restaurant window said, "Don't make fun of our coffee. Someday you'll be old and weak too."
Oh, that's a good one, right. And the teacher said, "Johnny, I think you cheated on the test. I think you copied the answers of the girl sitting across the aisle from you. The first question was, who was the first president of the United States? She wrote George Washington, and you wrote George Washington. The second question was, who was the president of the United States during the Civil War? She wrote Abraham Lincoln, and you wrote Abraham Lincoln. The third question was, who was president during the Louisiana Purchase? She wrote, I don't know, and you wrote, me neither." Wayne, thank you for supporting us. It was an act of love, and we appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Take care.
You as well.
Grace and peace, everybody.